Sound check, 1 2 1 2. Madame Rouge, sound check. Right now. Good morning. Good morning. I wasn't really planning on doing a video this morning, but not everything falls into their plans, do they? Anyways, it's funny. Today somebody told me that that they wanted to talk to me and hear my opinion about something, which is really funny because that doesn't happen a lot. I mean, well, because I'm probably already doing that anyways, and the same person who wanted to talk to me had to tell me that they think that, I'm so much bigger than this town, and as long as I stay in Las Vegas, I'm going to be stagnant, and, sometimes you don't want to, allow others to, you never want to allow others to make decisions for you based upon, your insecurities, but that really hit hard, that really hit at home, it's almost like when somebody in the world shows they care, then it starts making the person that they're caring for care for themselves. I mean, you hear it all the time, you need a support system. That's what it's all about. Especially going through something like recovery, especially from drugs, especially from pills, Word from the wise and to the young, I'll tell you what, I spent my good teenage years and a good 3 years of my 20s, chasing pills and thinking that I was having fun and getting high and, and that everything was just fine, and it's like, you just don't know how things can take you until you're already, took. Because who learns from, somebody saying, oh, don't do that, no, don't do that. Hardly anyone does, So it's like, it's a fight. It's a fight every day, but it's also sad that I guess it's not about being embarrassed, but it's about being judged. Like, I'm too afraid of being judged to actually say what is a struggle every single day for me, because I know it's much more of a struggle than a 26-year-old girl should be going through, I mean, it's like somebody told me that they had been on the same medication, the same doctor as me, and then I was like, yeah, the doctor that was down on this street and this street, and the guy was like, what are you talking about? And I was saying, well, the place that we go right now, this doctor, I said, they moved, from that place to here. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I've been going to this place here for 13 years. And my heart dropped into my stomach, and I was like, oh my God, every day, every year I tell myself, I've been on this drug for 10 years. And when I got on this drug, there wasn't any other, drugs like it at the time, so there weren't any other kind of options, and that it's a feeling of a ball and chain, a monkey on your back, feeling stuck, however you want to put it, and that's what it is. And on the note of, the Recovery album, I support recovery 100%. I just don't support recovery in hip-hop. I don't think that recovery and hip-hop mix. Like, I mean, you made it work, obviously, because, damn. But, I couldn't imagine feeling the way that I feel going through my own recovery and also having to be at other people's, being in public at all. I mean, anybody who's ever withdrawal from prescriptions or, alcohol or anything knows that it's just hard enough to just, live and breathe, let alone having to answer to so many people when you don't even feel good enough to want to be alive yourself. So that's also another thing I wanted to say is you can only expect so much out of people who are going through so much. I mean, it's really it's a double vice, man. Being famous and having an addiction, that is a double vice. Because no matter what, people are going to figure out a way to blame the media. Because this is America, and we are run by the media. No, I don't mean that we all are. I mean that most of us who are stupid, because most of us are stupid, are. We do what the media tells us to do. We do what they tell us is best. You know, uh, Women go so far as to starve and not eat and fucking eat tapeworms and shit just to lose weight for what? So you can go on America's Next Top Model and get kicked off in the second fucking round. So you can get into a party that a fat girl couldn't get into, because you want to be accepted. It's such a West Coast thing, man. This fucking thin as a rail bullshit. And there's like an old saying, man, fucking skinny. Now, I'm not fat in any means, but skinny is not attractive. Skinny is, it's like, how did this even happen? How did we go from being like humans to being skeletons, and then guys, like, as well? I mean, eating disorders aren't, just female dominated. Men also have them. And it's not just about eating disorders, it's about the whole entire image thing. And it's about how being in a state of recovery is so much different than rehabilitation. Recovery is after rehabilitation. And, man, I'd love to get there. So, yo, Marshall Mathers, if you got any tips, please let me know. Because I've been on this ride as long as you have, man. And, I want to get off, but unfortunately, I ain't got 20 platinum plaques hanging up on my wall. And, and unfortunately, it's so sad. I could be Sylvia Plath, I could be the most amazing writer on earth. But the fact of the matter is that if people are going to be influenced by these things like Lady Gaga and like Justin Bieber, and like it just cheapens everything that I do, because what I feel like I do is art. I write, and what I do work hard at, and I do think a lot at. It's not some assistant writing shit down for me. This is just me, my fight. I don't have a band of 3. I'm not a fucking third musketeer, but I'm here to prove to you that it could be done. And even though I feel like I'm at my lowest point now, all I have to do is think back before I was in recovery. That was my lowest point. My lowest point was allowing myself to ever touch drugs in the first place. And now it's all about damage control. So, I just want to let everybody know a little bit about recovery and how, not everybody's an addict, so not everybody could be sympathetic or empathetic to the situation. So, I just think that we should be a little bit more into what we do as people than being concerned with what other people do. Because what works for them might not work for you, more than likely, And for me, it's 9 out of 10 times just does not work for me. What works for others does not work for me. The medication I take doesn't work for other people. When I tell them what kind of medication I take, they actually kind of laugh at me and say, well, how does that help you? And it's like, because I legitimately take it for what it's made for. And, there's a difference between taking medication as directed and wanting to get high off of it. And it's too bad that, even I'm guilty myself, it's just too bad that we just let ourselves get pulled and and processed, and by the time that we realize what's happened, we're too sick to help ourselves, and then, and none of us by any means are an Eminem or anybody else who has the means to get off drugs the way he does now. And I bet he thinks about that too, like what if Dr. Dre wouldn't have picked him up? What if, I bet you anything, he's sitting at home like all the rest of us are, trying to deal with this on his own too, Don't make people be superhuman just because they're cerebrally advanced, Because if you're gonna do that, then fuck it, dude. Make me president. Make me Lady Gaga. Make me into a fucking, into the pop princess, I mean, Jesus Christ. If you're gonna fucking do it, have somebody who has some brains to do it. And the looks, too. Have a good day. And I just want to say peace to the man who was shot on Desert Inn in Eastern. And it's still really fucking fresh, and it's really fucked up that the police felt like they needed to shoot and kill a man wielding a cane the same day they shot another guy who was holding up a bar at knife point. But this man who got shot for pointing his cane at the cops, it just brings me back like 10 years as far as my evolution goes in my head. It's like saying to me that, all you gotta do is get out of your car and not respond to other means of stopping you, and then what? They kill you, and that's it. That's a life. That's a human life. Done, gone, somebody's son, But, like Tupac says, a cop kill a motherfucker and they a hero. That's the way it is still. And if he was alive, I don't know if he'd be happy to know that's still the way it is, because some people like that. Some people don't like change, But I doubt it, because he preaches a lot about change and a lot about positive change, which also confuses me about how Eminem could say that Tupac is like one of his hugest influences, when Tupac used to speak to women and keep your head up, and when he tells you you ain't nothing, don't believe him, and if you can't learn to love you, you should leave him, and because you don't need him. And it's like, Eminem, please, just make one song like that, and you will win the whole female domination. Trust me. Good career move for free. Or if you do it, give me a fucking finder's fee. Come on, I'm broke.